Sam Altman, along with other tech leaders like Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey, has supported universal basic income UBI as a potential solution to the challenges posed by technology automating jobs. In 2016, Sam Altman made a statement that remains relevant today. He said, "I'm fairly confident that at some point in the future, as new technology continues to eliminate traditional jobs and massive new wealth is created, we're going to see some version of this at a national scale." Sam Altman is essentially saying that although initial experiments with UBI, involving small groups of 100 or 1,000 people in select environments, are just the beginning, we will likely need to implement UBI on a larger scale in the future as technology continues to automate traditional jobs. Now, we do have data from the study published in Open Research. The Open Research pilot actually began in 2020 when low-income participants from rural, suburban, and urban areas in Illinois and Texas started receiving $1,000 a month. Additionally, 2,000 others received $50 a month to participate in the study as a control group. Every beneficiary was at or under 300% of the federal poverty line, but on average their household incomes were under $29,000. Essentially, the study in question involved only 1,000 participants, but what many people overlook is that it was one of the longest, if not the longest, UBI studies ever conducted. This duration is crucial for research as it helps to understand the long-term implications of automation on employment. Researchers aim to explore what people will do once many traditional roles are automated and to assess the effects of providing individuals with unconditional payments. Now, traditionally, some widely recognized outcomes of studies like these include reduced stress levels and increased savings. Interestingly, the results also confirm what we had suspected, revealing some compelling insights about the broader impacts of such initiatives. So essentially, the researchers' first set of results is based on 3 years of payments. They found that participants used the funds to buy essentials like food, rent, and transportation rather than vices. So the reason I've emphasized this aspect is because there's a prevalent misconception among UBI critics who inaccurately claim that recipients will squander their payments on drugs and unnecessary purchases. This assertion is not only untrue but also misleading. Repeatedly, data from UBI studies demonstrate that individuals in financial distress do not spend their funds recklessly when they receive universal basic income. Instead, they use the support to stabilize their economic situation. This consistent finding is vital for policymakers as it underscores the effectiveness of UBI. It shows that the policy does not lead to fiscal irresponsibility, thereby increasing the likelihood that more governments will view UBI favorably and consider its implementation in the future. This positive outcome could significantly influence future legislative support for UBI initiatives. They also discussed how the study revealed that recipients allocated more of their budget to housing, food, and car expenses, while their work hours decreased slightly. Labor participation dropped by 2%, corresponding to roughly 8 fewer workers per year. Despite some people ceasing work, a report by Vox News highlighted that while data can often appear perplexing and counterintuitive, it does not imply the data is inaccurate. So what we have here is that while one person might find better work and take on more hours thanks to the cash, and another person might scale back their hours to spend more time with their kids, both cases can be good outcomes for the individuals involved. However, as an average treatment effect, where one person works a lot more and another works a lot less, it kind of all averages out. So that's why although some might view the data and conclude that people will become lazy and dependent, this is generally not the outcome observed in these studies. Time and again, the data consistently demonstrates otherwise. Now, an interesting aspect highlighted in a Vox article is the importance of separating the advocacy for basic income from potential AI-induced economic bubbles. This discussion extends to the broader societal impacts of automation, questioning the current state of capitalism accelerated by technology. It's not an outright critique of capitalism, but raises essential questions about its extremities in a tech-driven world. This version of capitalism has resulted in a significant disparity where few accumulate immense wealth while others remain impoverished, suggesting a need for systemic adjustments to address these inequalities. This approach advocates for a basic income as a buffer against the economic shifts caused by rapid technological advancement. So you can see right here that despite receiving funding from much of the tech world, where talk of AI is everywhere, none of the papers published from the unconditional income study mentioned AI at all. And that's a good thing because, as I mentioned earlier, we should insulate the case for basic income from the volatility and unknowns of AI. Essentially, the article argues that while AI technology could potentially displace workers, it underscores the need for a universal basic income regardless. The author suggests that we shouldn't wait until AI displaces everyone to acknowledge that a basic income might be necessary to support those living in poverty. This is an intriguing perspective, and I'm eager to hear your opinions in the comments below. And you can see here that this article delves into some increasingly worrying issues. Of course, Altman wrote in 2021 that if public policy doesn't adapt accordingly, most people will end up worse off than they are today. This was written in 2021 and will be part of a longer video discussion, but the core idea is quite accurate. Most people may find themselves worse off as demand for certain jobs decreases with the rise of AI, which could potentially replace those jobs. However, this doesn't encompass the entire economic landscape or the complexities of how the economy functions. It merely touches on the basic implications. And of course, it says here that for years, Altman has been publicly worrying that basic income will become necessary as AI eliminates traditional jobs, while creating huge stockpiles of cash held by the few. Altman is not alone. Many major figures in the tech world, from Elon Musk to the godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, believe that AI will usher in a wave of technological unemployment, which is quite terrifying, to say the least, and that basic income will be necessary to keep us all afloat. The article finishes by stating that this person is quite conflicted. I think this is a really important point. They say that hitching the case for basic income to the fears of rapid AI progress makes it far more vulnerable than it needs to be. If there's no great wave of AI-driven unemployment, or if the bubble of AI actually bursts and turns out to be hardly different from any other cycle of innovation and technological unemployment in the past, the support for basic income would fall too. So essentially, the statement suggests that if AI turns out to be more of a hype bubble than a sustainable advancement, then the support for a much-needed basic income might not materialize as hoped. This is a critical issue to discuss, especially since there is a genuine need for such support. However, as technology continues to advance, it's likely that programs will be developed to assist those who have been impacted by AI. One of the things that I do wonder about is whether it's going to become more popular. Germany actually has laws requiring companies to notify their works councils about AI and other new technologies that they plan to adopt. Most German companies have works councils, which are work and management committees that discuss everything from vacation schedules to the pace of work and the effects of AI. So it appears that various societies and specific policies play a significant role in handling this transformative era effectively, especially since numerous AI tools have been introduced and many jobs are likely to be influenced by AI. So numerous sectors of the economy and various jobs are currently being impacted by different AI tools. This isn't merely theoretical, it's based on the real effects these tools are having on the workforce today. But if you enjoyed today's video and found it valuable, I'd love to hear your thoughts on UBI and what the future holds. Don't forget to let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.